Welcome to the Business of Being a Postgrad, where we share real stories, experiences, and insights from postgraduate students here at Durham University Business School. Each episode explores the highs, the challenges, and everything in between. Our conversations are split into three sections: life, learning, and lessons. So, whether you're considering postgraduate study, already on your journey, or simply curious about the people shaping the future of business, this podcast is your inside look. Hi, I'm John Gibson, Student Recruitment Relationship Manager at Durham University Business School. In the first episode of The Business of Being a Postgrad, I sit down with Hannah Miller, an MBA student from the UK. We discuss how her work experience and her family business influenced her management and leadership skills, and why the full-time MBA experience was a non-negotiable for her. First up, life, your journey, your experiences, and what made Durham feel right for you. All right, hi Hannah, thank you very much for joining us today on The Business of Being a Postgrad. Could you just introduce yourself and tell the audience a little bit about your background?
So my name is Hannah Miller. I'm 28 years old and I'm originally from Southend-on-Sea in Essex, which is about 40 minutes from London. I'm currently on the MBA full-time course. I've chosen to do the MBA because I currently work for my family business, and we're in the tourism sector. So I'm sort of on the route to being a director. I'm a senior manager in the company at the moment. So I'm getting my MBA just to make sure I have everything I need to be a director in the company.
And you have a bit of an interesting background in terms of your academics. So you come from a musical theatre undergraduate programme?
Yes, that's right. I went to Trinity Laban Conservatoire of Music and Dance in London, and I did my undergrad there in musical theatre. And I've been a performer my whole life since I was really young. I went to Sylvia Young Theatre School, and I loved it there, which was amazing. And I performed on cruise ships in the West End and different things like that, alongside working for my family business, because the acting industry isn't always the easiest. So my dad's always been really flexible with me. And
here at Durham, it is known that we've filmed a couple of famous movies here. Am I right in thinking that you may be an extra in one, not one of those early movies, but maybe one of the later ones?
Yes, I was actually in the last film of Harry Potter, wow, which was really fun. I was in the last scene where they're filming Harry and Ron and Hermione when they're older with their children.
At the station?
Yeah, at the station at King's Cross, yeah. Although it wasn't filmed at King's Cross, it was filmed at the studios. But yeah, you can see like part of my head, and it was a lot of my school year from Sylvia Young were in that scene.
Okay, wow.
Which was really fun.
Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for you. Yes, they're always on at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So how has the early experiences at your family business influenced your view on leadership and responsibility? And
So my dad's CEO, my cousin is managing director, and my brother is operations director, and I'm senior manager. And I've grown up with them sort of guiding me through it every step of the way. Number one, they've always said to us is lead by example. That is always rule number one. You always have to, just because my last name is Miller and it's on the company, it means I actually have to work 10 times harder. It's not just going to be given to me on a plate. I have to sort of prove myself, and it's definitely given me a really good perspective on everything in that way. Also, be honest and have integrity. That's two things that they've always said to us. I mean, they've taught me a million lessons over the year. They actually promoted me when I was 16 wow. to team leader. My dad thought I was capable, sort of thing. He wouldn't have done it otherwise. And I learned a lot from a young age from that. So that was really good.
And now you're here doing an MBA.
Mm-hmm.
So why Durham?
So firstly, a big thing for me is going to a Russell Group university, also being a very highly rated university, especially the MBA course. I know it's one of the best in the UK and top in the world as well. So that was really important to me to know I was going somewhere of real quality and of substance. So choosing that. Also, Durham is just a beautiful place. I knew I wanted to go to a university town, city sort of environment, because my undergrad wasn't so much that, because I was in London. Mm-hmm. We had a campus, but that was still sort of spread around and things like that. So I knew I wanted to do that. And I know quite a few people that have come here as well, and they really recommended it to me. Everyone speaks so highly of their experience at Durham as a university. Also the college system as well. That was really important to me when choosing. But yeah.
So for our audience who might not be familiar with the college system, do you maybe explain what college you're a part of and maybe the process?
Mm-hmm. So and a few universities in the UK, they offer a college system where not only are you on your course, you also get put into a separate college, and you can either live at that college or just be a member of that college, and everyone gets assigned a college in the system. I'm at Ustinov College, which is the only exclusively postgraduate college at Durham, which is lovely. So, and I'm living there as well because I'm only here for a year, so I thought I'd do the student experiences once again. But the college is really lovely. It's really amazing. I love the experience. I'm one of the scholars at my college as well, so I've been really getting involved a lot with that. There's so many opportunities to do. I'm on the Global Citizenship Programme, where I run the social media for the college, as well as involved with a lot of community outreach projects and volunteering, which is very fulfilling and very enjoyable.
And have you joined any societies, or are you involved in any other extracurriculars? It sounds like you've got a lot on your plate already, but
yeah, I'm on the Team Durham dance team.
Wow.
So I represent the university. We compete against different universities in our dance squad, which is really fun.
What kind of dance style is it?
So I'm in the tap dance team and the contemporary dance team. So we have our dance routines that we do, and then we go around and we compete against different universities, which is really lovely. It's a nice, really gorgeous group of girls, and we have such a good time.
It sounds like, you've got lots going. But it sounds like you're really making the most of all the additional social opportunities here at Durham. Next, we're diving into learning, the classes, experience, and the skills that have really shaped your program so far. So coming into the MBA, what were your expectations, kind of both academically and personally, and how's the reality lived up to that so far?
So originally when I said I wanted to do an MBA, because my brother did his as well, so he prepared me as much as I could, to be fair. He said it was going to be a very intense course, quite academically heavy as well, because I haven't been in an academic environment since my undergrad, so that was quite a while ago. So getting into that, I knew I'd have to work hard, that I would have to really, knuckle in. When I got here, I sort of, I was like, yeah, I could do that. Fine. I got here. Reality struck. It's intense. It's a lot. It's really enjoyable. It's a hell of a lot of information in one go, but every bit of information is so interesting. And I'm honestly learning so much and progressing in ways that I never thought I would, in not only what I'm learning, but like different perspectives on things and meeting different people. And the networking is insane.
And I think you were here on day one, right? I think I remember you in the classroom from day one. Yeah. So, it's a lot of information to absorb, particularly during that kind of orientation period. Do you have any kind of highlights from that first few weeks that really stand out to you?
My first highlight is definitely matriculation. So for those who don't know, matriculation is when you process with your college and you get matriculated into your individual college with all your college colleagues and members, and you go into Durham Cathedral, and your principal, vice principal, the dean of the university, and a lot of other important people are there, and they matriculate you into your college, and that was really enjoyable. I also really enjoyed a lot of the sessions we had in the MBA in those first few weeks. I think we had one that was epigenetics, where we learned our epigenetics profile, which was so interesting because it was like a quiz that we did before we started, and then it was a whole analysis on what sort of personality we have, if we're more flexible with things or if we're more leadership style and things like that. And that was really interesting to start with, that sort of teach us the ultimate self-awareness.
I think that also helps kind of match you with the mentor alumni scheme that we have, right? I've met my mentor Rose. She's lovely. She's so cool. I'm really happy to have. So you've obviously got quite a sociable outgoing personality. Did you ever consider an online MBA, or was the kind of full-time experience kind of a non-negotiable for you? Yeah,
the full-time was non-negotiable for me, definitely. I knew after discussion with my family that it would be okay for me to take a year out of work to do this. I'm still kind of working remotely with a few things that I can do, but trying to hand over as much as I can as possible, because obviously the intensity, and I just want to enjoy a year at uni as well, live that life. But yeah, I definitely wanted to be on campus, living the university life again.
And what does a typical week look like as an MBA student?
So we're in lectures every day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m, 5 days a week, and they're all on the different subjects. So this term so far, we've been learning the fundamentals of the MBA, which has been really interesting. So we've got accounting and finance, leading and managing people, marketing, and economics. And then we have CPD sessions as well, which is really interesting, where we have sometimes external people come and give us sessions. And then also there's a lot of group work as well that we have to do. So most of the time in the afternoons, especially as it gets closer to the summative assessments and things like that. We'll be working into the afternoons. At the moment, I'm sort of trying to treat this like a 9 to 5, where I just non-negotiable. I will work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and invest my time then into that. If I have to go later, which I have done because the nature of the course, then I will do, and same with the weekends as well.
I think it's a smart way to look at it, though. The way that the program's set up, and, just to try and absorb all of that information and process it. How have you found the group working, and the diversity of the program?
The group work's been really fun, actually. We got put into groups at the beginning of the term, which was quite interesting. So we sort of had a big diversity within every group, what we noticed, which was quite nice. It's been so interesting learning from people's cultures, from the food they eat to the country politics to how everything works in their country, how their cultures. I've really enjoyed learning that, because I love traveling, and I've always been someone who goes on holidays. I used to work on cruise ships as well, so I've been to a lot of the places that these people are from as well. So I really love that. And
what modules specifically or pathways are you interested in, or have you chosen your pathway?
Yeah, so I'm doing the entrepreneurship pathway. Really interested in that, because we get to essentially create our own business plan for sort of like a mock business, but I'm going to do it for something within my family business. So I'm really excited to put that into practice, because
Did you know before you started the program that's the route you wanted to take, or?
I'm not too sure, to be fair, because my interview for here was with David Johnson, who is the pathway leader for entrepreneurship, and he really spoke it up and really encouraged. So I did a lot of research into it. I was tempted to do the tech one, because I actually have no idea about tech, really. I know a bit because, I'm Gen Z and it's in our blood sort of thing. But like taking it to the next level with AI and things like that. But I think the entrepreneurship was the most fitting one for me. And yeah, I'm really excited for that.
And you mentioned earlier about, engaging with guest speakers, etc. But have you attended any kind of networking events, or any highlights from any industry experiences so far? I
don't think I've had any that are sort of relevant to me at the moment. I went to a conference a few weeks ago, the National Aquarium Conference that I go to once a year.
Wow.
Happens. That was really fun, actually. That was in London, at London Aquarium.
On the Thames, opposite?
Opposite the London Eye.
Yes, next to the Mall.
That was really fun. Not part of the course, it's something I do anyway, but it was interesting to use some of the skills I've learned on the course already, like negotiation and things like that, because we're looking at expanding the business, and part of that is quite interesting to put some of the skills I've got into practice in events like that, because I'm always quite confident with networking and meeting new people and chatting and things like that, but actually, put my mouth where my money is, where being really confident in what I'm talking about and fully educated was a different experience to normal, actually.
And looking ahead over the next term, maybe, what are you looking forward to? What's exciting you? Potentially the international study in business context module.
Yeah, definitely. I won't lie. I'm excited to go to Germany and have a little holiday. It won't be a holiday, but a little jet set. That would be really interesting. I'm really fascinated by that. I speak a little bit of German because I worked on a German cruise ship for a little while, so I picked it up. So I'm interested to put it into practice again. And
Is
do
it
that.
Mannheim or?
I'm going to Mannheim. Yeah, nice. That's right. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm interested in the strategic strategy module as well. That'd be really interesting, because that's sort of the route I want to take when I graduate and become a director of my family business, is to potentially have strategy somewhere in my title as well. So
that leads us into lessons where we talk about the key takeaways and advice for future postgrads. So a lot of people can assume that an MBA is for people from only a traditional kind of corporate background. Coming from performing arts and hospitality, what's one misconception about the MBA, and coming from a different background, that you'd like to challenge?
That you can literally be from any background and do an MBA. That we've got such a plethora of people who have done so many different degrees. Like we have one person did a biology degree, one person, obviously there's a lot of accounting and finance background as well, but there's such a difference. Like I'm musical theatre. There's my friend Amanda, she's a dancer as well, but she's worked in tech and things like that. So it's really for anyone who's interested in just working really, really hard and getting a good qualification, really.
And if you could go back to the beginning of the programme, so just a few months ago to September, what advice would you give yourself?
I'd probably say be more open to doing more things and then funneling down from there, which I think I sort of did in a way. And I'm so happy that I'm on the dance team. Like, that's a big achievement for me that I made that, because it's quite a big deal here, and joining in with the college stuff as well. But I think there's just so many opportunities here, and just take every minute, I think.
Well, it does sound like you are making the most of those.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you mentioned earlier as well that you kind of were thrown in the deep end quite young, as team leader at 16 and managing at 22. What's kind of one meaningful piece of feedback that has kind of shaped your management style?
I think being tolerant and patient with people is a big thing. When I was first promoted, I found it quite difficult to deal with incompetence and people without passion. I couldn't possibly understand why people couldn't, but actually everyone's from so many different backgrounds, and just bearing in mind that no one shines straight away. You know, you can really take a step back, and then suddenly something comes through, and then that's 20 times better than something they could have bought on and forced out of them on the first day and things like that. So I think just because I've worked with such a plethora of people, like from all different backgrounds, and been around lots of people as well. So just, yeah, you never know what you're going to learn from people, because I've learned so many lessons from lots of different people.
And sometimes people might also think that an MBA or just the business industry is quite male dominated. What advice do you have to, say, you know, a female identifying candidate that's applying and wanting to jump right in?
Oh my God, absolutely go for it. I actually saw on LinkedIn the other day that there was a lady who was on full-time MBA, then she got pregnant throughout the course, and then she carried it on part-time. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, that just shows you that literally any circumstance, any situation, if you put your mind to it, you really can do this. I just say go for it. Our MBA cohort this year actually is more female than male, which is really interesting. So yeah, it's a brave new world. We can do what we want these days. No one's telling us what to do.
And how do you hope that the MBA experience will shape the next chapter? And yeah, what is next for you?
So when I graduate, I'll be on the path to being a director in the company and being on the board. So I'm really excited for that. But my dad's always said, you've got to earn your stripes. So I've got to, you know, be the best person I can be. Still learn. Every day's a school day, if you know what they say. So, but yeah, just take everything that I've learned here, put it into the business, expand the business. That's definitely what I want to do. I'm quite creative, and I love like the marketing side of things, but I also love the design and coming up with new ideas and expanding and things like that. That's a conversation me and my dad always love to have. You know, we can't go into any restaurant without going, oh, I like this, we should put this on the menu, or I don't like that, we shouldn't do that. Why is the toilet over there? They should put it over there, you know, things like that. So just expanding on that really, and just expanding on my business mindset, I guess.
That sounds really interesting. I mean, I come from a hospitality background as well, and I do the same thing. I go into a restaurant, I'm like, okay, why is that there? Or let's move this around. I always dream of owning. This is one of my goals too. But back to the MBAs and the program and what you get out of it. What advice? I know we're only a few months in, and there's lots ahead, and there's lots more to learn. What advice would you give to somebody who is considering, somebody that's applied right now, maybe applied to a few other universities in the UK? Why Durham, and what will they get out of it?
Firstly, I think Durham is, the MBA course is very broad, and it covers a lot of topics in a lot of depth. I really like how much it goes into sustainability and ethics. We have a whole module on it next term, which I'm really excited about, because that's something that's quite important to me, especially in this brave new world. That's something that is slowly adapting, and same with tech as well. So that's really interesting. Also, the networking here is incredible. The people that you meet are just so interesting and so amazing. And I think the USP of Durham is definitely the college system that really makes people feel welcome, because some people might come here and not make friends on their course. So if you don't have your course, then you have your college to fall back on, and you have societies within the college. You also have societies within the university. I think Durham is one of the universities in the UK that has the most societies, which is just such an amazing thing.
I think there's over 300.
Literally, there's like Apple Spritz Society, Harry Potter Society, and then obviously all the sports as well. So there really is something for everyone here.
You'll have to be a guest appearance at the Harry Potter Society. And one last question: have you invited anybody from the cohort to down to Sea Life Adventure, or has anyone been down yet?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
I think we're going to do a little trip next year when it gets warmer.
Yes.
And the whole theme park's open.
Yeah.
Come see the penguins, feed the meerkats, see that. But yeah, we're definitely going to do a trip.
Okay, Hannah, so we're just going to finish with a quick fire round. So just going to ask you a couple of quick questions, and we're just looking for the first thought that kind of comes into your mind. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll jump right in. So your go-to productivity hack?
Make a spreadsheet.
Favourite spot to study at Durham?
Oh, we have a little room for the MBAs that's separate called the breakout room, and the sofa's in there with the TV that connects to, gives you the double screen. Love it.
Favourites, what song is always on your study playlist?
Love a bit of classical music when I study, because if I've got any lyrics, I sing along and get distracted.
Hardest module so far?
Economics.
Yeah. What do you hope your classmates will remember you for by the end of the programme?
Being fun, bubbly, social party gal that got her MBA.
Yeah. And lastly, one word to describe your MBA cohort.
Wonderful.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us and telling us about your experience. It's been great to chat to you.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Lovely chatting to you too. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more stories coming your way.